there comes a time when the panic of idiots is all we will hear. It should be in Revelations. And lo, I opened up the third seal, and the panic cries of morons. There was a wailing and a bashing of foreheads on desks as these assholes flailed about in things they didn't understand. And no better person, hit the like, share the show. It's Hal Sparks, Mega Worldwide, shows that these days than Glenn Beck. Urgent. This insane new tech is about to rewrite every rule of modern life. That's right. This is clear your browser history. Here comes quantum mechanics.
I was just listening to Jason talk to the insiders about...
Oh, boy. Yeah, this is the clip. Remember what the right used to tell us about misinformation and malinformation and, and disinfo and all that stuff, and how it was all a hoax and it was made up by the censorship industrial complex, and this all that they just try to hype train. Look at that. Thank you guys. Remember that? Remember when they were saying, especially around COVID? Yeah. Okay. Guess who's on the misinformation train now?
Misinformation and how bad things are getting. We're living in a world of propaganda now.
Again, I'm going to point this out because I pointed out this morning. Says the guy in the fake cabin. That's a fucking cartoon of a set. That stove isn't ever used. That window, the mountain is not always sunny. The door's open. What, you letting the bears in, you dumb motherfucker? It's propaganda. Shut the fuck up. Dude in his other studio has his fucking name like it's on everything. Like, Jesus Christ. It's so lame. And this is something we know a lot about.
We were just talking about it, and it's much worse than people think.
Prove it to me. And use religious iconography to make me think that.
And, that might be something that is good that's going to come out as a result of this war.
Yeah, that's the silver lining.
Is people are going to understand how...
Oh, I'm sorry. This is about... like Iran's Lego videos, you dumb motherfucker.
Bad propaganda has become.
It's terrible. It's so terrible. Like, people actually think Trump wants to make America great again and that he's America first and that he wrote The Art of the Deal. Can you believe that? That's incredible. Mm-hmm.
And it's not just on war. It's on almost everything. And as
yeah, like I can't flip through without. I know. I'm already watching The Pit. It's a fabulous show. Lay off. No.
I showed you a minute ago.
This is going to be too dumb, even from, right? It's going to be painfully dumb. I know it. This is
dumb, stupid, dumb, silly, stupid, dumb, dopey, dippy, dumb, stupid, really dumb, moron.
This is, yeah. Hype train. We got another hype train. Thank you so much. Or it might be the same one, just passing by.
Is not giving you raw facts.
Okay, AI is not giving me raw facts. Mine does because I tell it to.
You have to understand that. AI, I've always said this.
You have not always said this.
Don't fear the machine. Fear the algorithm.
Yeah, that's true. I like when that one time when you were peeing at that truck stop and it started to burn, everybody in the whole place heard you yelling that out loud. Don't fear the machine, fear the algorithm. Oh. Yeah, I just whip that out anytime. Whenever your kid, Grandpa, what's the secret to life? Don't fear the machine, fear the algorithm.
Or better yet.
I have that whittled on a fake plaque I bought at Filene's basement. Oh.
Fear the person that programmed the algorithm.
Well, why didn't you just say that in the first place? Don't fear the machine, fear the algorithm, but not the algorithm, the person that made the algorithm. That doesn't help me. How about fear the person behind the algorithm? Mm-hmm. Algorithm's a little softer word. We're going to have to figure out another word for that to make it sound spooky. You know what I mean? It's like bureaucrat. Didn't work after a while. We had to come up with deep state. We got to come up with something better than algorithm. Algorithm sounds like a soul singer from the 70s. Ladies and gentlemen, algorithm. I've been wondering why we can't make it tonight. If I would buy you a drink and we could play where it stinks. Sorry, algorithm had some naughty songs. All right. Made myself blush with that one. That was wonderful.
What was their intent? How did they train this model?
How am I supposed to ask them?
These models have to be trained to think like us.
Oh, God. No. Hopefully they're trained to not to think like you, but to think like smart people.
And so, as I just laid out from a great study that has just come out from Pirate Wires,
yes, a new study. That's never given us a shitty waste of time news cycle.
That talks about most of the AI, one of the training grounds to think like humans
is everything on the internet.
Is Reddit. That's not a good place to train AI.
Well, it's upvoting responses, so it's actually a great way for coding, especially.
Reddit? Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
This is why
What you want them to do? Discord? No offense. We have a great Discord if you want to join it.
I have yet to release George AI to the public.
Right. Oh, by the way, he's making a George Washington AI it'll be just like talking to George Washington until it tells you to kill yourself.
Eventually, we will after we work out all the kinks. But I want to make sure that.
What? I don't know. I think, why are you assuming that George Washington wasn't a wee bit kinky? Come on, Martha, let me take out these wooden teeth and let's get down to business.
Thing is contained and it is trained only on original documents. So it's not going out to Reddit, for the love of Pete. It's not doing any of that stuff.
Yet.
Because that's where danger comes in.
Is it? That's where it comes from?
Want an accurate account of what was done at the time in the words of the founders. I don't want any opinion. I'll make my opinion. You can make your opinion. But I want just the accurate, raw information. That's not what you're getting. Right now.
Yeah, because they're not training it to be like a recreation of a dead person, you dumb motherfucker.
Now, 40% of all searches, 40% of all searches are now AI. Google is still number one, but
no. First of all, Google is using AI. They use an algorithm. They've always used an algorithm, even before AI showed up.
Google not AI as well?
Yes.
At some point, it's fully AI. Google is working on AI.
Oh God, this is so fucking. Do I have to?
Dum 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 stupid dumb silly stupid dumb 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 dopey dippy dumb dumb stupid really dumb 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 dumb.
Shit. Can you imagine working at this asshole's place?
Well, they're a contender as well, and they're not going to be put out of business. Google is one of them, is trained on Reddit. So when you do a Google search, are you getting stuff as fact that came from Reddit, from an upvote on Reddit that might have had 6 people?
No, you're not.
People vote.
It's trained on Reddit on how people interact in short form. Not the content, not the information. It's how people type back and forth, how people message each other on big bulletin board like systems, so that it can understand shorthand and odd phrasing and colloquialisms and all that kind of stuff. And the most understandable will obviously work their way to the top because most people understand it and they give it a thumbs up. And if it's worded poorly and all that kind of stuff, it'll be voted down. It's an obvious tap, but it's not the primary source, you fucking dickhead.
Yet that this is what it is. And when I'm trying to find out what does it mean about Gaza, those 6 people that upvoted that on.
Oh my fucking God. You think You think ChatGPT and Gemini are getting their answers about Gaza from fucking Reddit threads?
Reddit that was then ingested and training the AI machine at Google?
No, that's not how it works. Trains on Reddit on how to talk, not what to talk about. You stupid son of a bitch. Okay, this is fucking aggravating.
At ChatGPT, that started with a terrorist group. And now it's just in the machine as fact. And so when you ask about...
Oh, sorry. So Hamas is posting on Reddit. They're getting upvotes, and he's afraid that you're going to get favorable Hamas responses from ChatGPT because it was taking Hamas's propaganda off of Reddit. Jesus Christ.
Palestine or whatever, you may be getting that as part of...
Well, maybe ask for references, you stupid...
your information as solid information. It's really, really dangerous. And the world is...
Yeah, they might be citing you, which is worse.
Changing so rapidly. We are in the place to where I've been warning since the 1990s, probably the first warning that I ever gave before I started doing this particular job on, talking about politics, was about AI. And it was in the 90s. And I said, there is going to come a time before 2030. Think of this. Before 2030, there's going to come a time to where you will not be able to believe your eyes or your ears.
And to prove that, I'm going to start the blaze.
That fake video, I didn't call it a deep fake because nobody was even talking about it at the time. Fake video. They're going to be able to make video and audio.
Okay, so you were worried a video of you would be leaking out, and so you wanted to tell everybody that if that ever surfaces, it's probably fake.
So good that you will not be able to tell if it's real or not. And I talked about how we have to know what truth is and how to find the truth, that it's beyond what your eyes and ears will tell.
Jesus Christ. No pun intended, that's where he's going.
Tell you. We're about to get much more complex. Today is World Quantum Day, April 14th. It comes from, I could tell you why it's April 14th. It's not.
Yeah, tell me. Tell us all.
It doesn't matter. It's a bunch of geek stuff. But.
Yeah. Explain World Quantum Day to us.
This is trending today, and it is the #1 trend on Google. And I don't believe everyone's talking about Quantum Day. I don't believe that's the #1 trend in the world or in America. Really? That? Did you know it was Quantum Day?
Yes, I'm in Nerd Halen.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you don't know anything.
I think Google and the algorithm.
You think you killed that ram and that buffalo on the wall behind you.
Are pushing.
I'm kidding, he doesn't.
That up because they think it is important. I happen to think it's important as well, but I don't play tricks with that. This is so important because science is...
Oh my God, wait. Does this asshole think that because Google has those funny little reminders on certain days, like it's National Ice Cream Day, and they turned Google into a bunch of ice cream cones. Does he think that's them propagandizing, like it's National Quantum Day and they have it at the top? That's them going, everybody loves this. You just don't even fucking know. Does he, like when they put Christmas lights on Google and stuff and like, Christmas is the #1 trending thing. Did you know that? I'm pretty sure that's what he saw.
Now out of the laboratory and into your bank account and your medicine cabinet and your grocery bill and your national security and your job and your school, everything.
I'm good. I mean, I guess I wouldn't like everybody up in my grill, but I'm not afraid of it in that regard.
Quantum computing.
You seem really nervous is all I'm saying, dude. I don't think that's going to be a real worry, but you seem, more nervous than the average person.
Today is the day that they're trying to get people to pay attention to quantum computing and what...
Like a bunch of assholes.
It actually means. Quantum computing is something that I have struggled with forever.
Kind of like English.
Because I'm not mathematically minded at all.
And now tell us about your verbal skills as a judge.
You just don't think that way?
or at all.
Never have. And trying to understand anything that is based in deep mathematics is very difficult for me. But then you take in quantum
Maybe then you should shut the fuck up about economics. I think that's just considered a first step.
computing and quantum theory, and it's because it's insane. It's insane.
No, it's not insane. It's well within human conception, and you don't have to be crazy to postulate on the possibilities of it, and you don't actually have to understand the mathematical language around it to understand the concept itself. Because the math is just a descriptive. It's not the definitive. See, the problem with a lot of people have with math is that when it's a definitive and not a descriptive, meaning that I'm just having to do math for math's sake. But if there are two apples on the table and I know there are two apples on the table, I need to get two apples, then I'm good. I know I was supposed to get two apples. I've taken the two apples. I'm fine. So that's the kind of mathing that involves a math as a descriptive, not a definitive. But if you're doing math for math's sake, that's where people get really fucking confused. Once you plug in, that's why algebra is hard for some people, trigonometry and those kind of things. It's too conceptual in places because there are missing numbers. And so we're doing math for if we have to do this problem later, what is it? If we don't have an X right now, but if we fill in whatever X is later, how would we work this out? Like that's hard for people. When it comes to quantum equations, you're not defining the equation, the circumstance via the equation. You're describing it. I just realized Glenn Beck would not understand anything I just said. Okay.
Read the book Alice in Quantum Land, so I know how crazy it is. I've tried, and I still don't really understand it. But let me
read The Tao of Physics by Fritjof Capra. It's great. Well, go watch Mind Walk.
Try to explain it.
That's not even quantum physics. That's just, experimental physics. And it's
to you in this way. Right now, let's say we wanted to find out how to solve the war in Iran. And we wanted to gather together the 1,000 most important minds, and then all of the studies from all of the war books and all of the
all the war books.
books. We got everybody in a room. We got all of this whole library there.
And a bunch of guys from Reddit. Don't forget, we always have to have them there. But slash Groiper, have those guys on.
And we said, come up with an answer. Well, it might take us years to come up with the right answer if it is right. But we'd have arguments about it. We'd go back and forth. Everybody would have different opinions. And then
we would test and try things instead of just sit in a room
to solve it and come up with one answer. What quantum computing is, take all of those people and say they have a notepad, okay? And
oh boy, this is going to be brilliant.
And they are instantly accessing everyone else's knowledge, every book that has ever been written on it at exactly the same moment. And they're writing down different.
Now, keep in mind, these people have to be frozen to 400 degrees below zero.
Different theories.
Celsius.
And at the same time they're writing
to do this
down, they also know what everyone else in the room is writing down and are taking that into their consideration at the same time. And in fact, if there are people in different cities that are doing this, that are not connected by wires or anything else, they also magically can know exactly what is on that notepad.
This is fucking ridiculous as an analogy.
Okay. It's crazy. That's what quantum machines can do. That's why they can chew through problems that should have taken, decades, if not lifetimes, For
Yeah, but they have to be definitive, not descriptive, meaning they have to have no organic moving parts. They have to be, how to measure the actual speed of light or the curvature of gravity and all those kind of things, because those are static and we can't do the equations on them because of how long it would take us to work them out. But that's different than how do you solve your fucking emotional problems, you absolute dickhead. Because there is no solution in that regard. There's no version of it where there's a single light switch. It never results to the binary. Fuck.
a regular supercomputer, might take them longer to
I'll have the soup.
solve that with a supercomputer than the age of the universe, and it can solve it. Why does any of this matter?
Because you think it nullifies the contents of the Bible?
I know you're worried about your mortgage and the gas price and everything else, but
Well, according to quantum theory, I am, I will, and I won't, and I don't, and I do, all at the same time.
quantum is about to touch everything in your life.
Everything? Well, why didn't you bring this up in the first place? Quantum's going to touch everything. My goodness. Is it going to everything? Gently, I hope.
The way electricity did in the 1930s or the internet did
I don't know, but a mix, slap and tickle, as it were.
in the 1990s. People were like, the internet, it's a fad. No, it's not, is it?
Straw dog.
This is going to touch the future of medicine. Right now,
You think computers in the future are going to get faster, and with them faster computers, we're going to use them to do more science stuff, and some of that's going to happen in medicine, biology, and they're going to use it and program some stuff and look at it. You think so? Really? I don't buy it.
quantum computing has looked into protein folds.
Sorry. For what? Spare change?
With our diseases, and especially things like Alzheimer's, when protein in our body folds incorrectly.
That's right. It's Alzheimer's is just origami gone wrong. I'm sorry, Mrs. Johnson. Your husband is 98 years old, and it's to be expected he'd have a bad case of brain origami. Oh my God. He doesn't even like oregano. No, it's a different.
It folds in such a way, and it
It's fucking so dumb.
causes Alzheimer's, this theory. And so
Obviously.
we need to know how this protein folds so we can
So we can unfold it?
unfold it. Or
That's right. So we can iron it. We need to, yeah. Quantum, think of it this way, okay? Your brain is like a lumpy party dress, and you got a night out on the town. And what we're going to do is take quantum, and we're going to iron all the wrinkles out of your brain, make it nice and smooth, like Glenn Beck's.
fold it and make it in the right shape, or block it. Well,
Or both, or neither, or all of them at the same time, or none of them at the same time. That's the beauty of quantum. Bleem.
to study how proteins can fold is something that would have taken us lifetimes to do. Okay,
Sure. So this is a net positive. Okay. Wait a minute. Unless it's the guys there isn't a thread on Reddit about r/protein folding. And then it's got a bunch of images, you have to be 21 to view.
supercomputers. We just folded all of the proteins.
Why would you do that?
I think it was in a year
Sorry, you just gave everyone Alzheimer's? Way to go, dumbass.
or two because of quantum computing. All of them.
We just folded all the proteins.
So now that we know
Yes.
how they can
Thanks, Josh.
fold, now we know how to unfold them. And now we can go in with quantum computing and say,
And live forever.
wait a minute, here's Alzheimer. Here's how it's
Yeah, yes. Hey, Alzheimer, come over here. What? Come here. Where? Over here. Where? Over here. Guy forgets everything.
folding. How do we unfold this so it doesn't happen? And does this drug work? No. Does this drug work? Does this drug work? Does this work? Not one at a time. All of them at the same time.
Yeah, again, I don't know how this is supposed to be a warning, but thank you both.
That means faster, cheaper drug discovery instead of the 10-year billion-dollar.
Amen. Some drug discoveries should take you a while. You gotta ease in to them, bro. You can't fucking. I'm gonna tell you, man. This is. Let me tell you, like this is not something you want to jump right into. You know, you gotta ease yourself in there, man. Rushing. Glenn Beck wants you to rush into this, man, but not me. Yeah, you try it. Anyways, what were you fucking talking about?
Guessing game that we play now, it's done.
Yeah, we're done. At the Blaze Medical Facility, they're no longer having to just experiment on Cambodians they kidnapped. What the fuck is he talking about?
We are on the edge of solving some of the worst diseases ever.
Well, then why are you on the air and not getting back to work?
It's going to.
What about what if they're not the worst? What if they just kind of suck? Can we get around to those too? Some diseases just kind of suck.
Affect your wallet because better optimization is going to mean cheaper shipping, smarter traffic lights, lower energy bills. Financial firms are already testing quantum algorithms for risk modeling, all of this stuff. Your phone number and your privacy, the same power that cracks today's encryption.
Wait a minute. Quantum computers can open my drapes? Hello. Sorry. I'm going to have to start doing this show with pants on.
That locks your online banking is why governments and companies are racing to roll out post-quantum
encryption.
Codes.
Sure. We'll go with codes. Because it could never break a code.
Right now, there's a rush to harvest all the data you can and decrypt it later. Bad actors are scooping up all of this encrypted data because they know a quantum machine will open it later. And once that happens, we're in real trouble. There are no secrets anywhere. There are no bank accounts. There's nothing. With your job and your kids, the quantum workforce isn't, some physicist anymore. We're going to need quantum literate engineers and software people and ethicists and policy people. And
that's not you.
People that just can explain things to people.
I'm pretty good at it.
Bottleneck now is not the hardware. It's humans who understand enough to steer it. How do you steer something that nobody really even understands?
All right. Water is the combination of two hydrogen atoms and an oxygen atom, and that it is H2O as you understand it. But technically, it is H1.50. It's a destabilized atom or electron on the hydrogen attaches itself to one in the oxygen. That's what binds it to it. So it stabilizes it too because it borrows one or half of one. It shares it, which is so commie and Democrat. And but do you have to understand the creation of water as a concept to create a dam? No. Once you know it's drinkable, do you need to understand what hydration does to your cells to know the value of drinking water? No. Don't worry, Glenn. You can stay dumb.
Okay. This is something that has been a problem for a very, very long time.
Well, for stupid people.
Einstein talked about this. He did not like this.
Oh, Bell's theorem. It's spooky activity from a distance.
No one understood in Einstein's time that it would lead to solar panels and LEDs and lasers in the supermarket scanner. The 1940s quantum mechanics gave us the transistor. Suddenly you had a computer in your pocket instead of something that took the size of...
Sorry, no, quantum mechanics did not give us the transistor, you dumb motherfucker. The transistor was a natural electronic evolution from the vacuum tube.
A room. Every single leap looked ivory tower until the minute it showed up in your kitchen.
And now it's in your kitchen, and was your fucking kitchen destroyed by the invention of the microwave?
So right now, this stuff looks like
The discovery of the microwave and the creation of the device, the microwave.
ivory tower stuff, but it's not. That's why World Quantum Day, which is today,
Stop reminding me, okay? What are you, part of the propaganda?
isn't cute. It is actually urgent. Scientists and, I hate this word, hyperscalers are moving from theory to infrastructure right now.
Or they already did, or they already will, or won't, or don't, or do at the same time.
And
how would you even know? Maybe you're living in a universe literally created by that quantum scaling effect, and without it, that we wouldn't have come. Maybe that's the Big Bang and it already happened. And unless they get to it and make it happen, our universe will cease to exist. Enjoy.
Billions are being spent. National strategies in the US and Europe and China are locked in. And the average person thinks that, this is all Star Trek stuff and only nerds understand it.
Thank you.
And it's not true.
Well, you don't understand it, so I'm just saying it fits the stereotype.
What this means is your kids might get cancer treatments tailored in weeks instead of years.
That's terrible. Thanks for warning us.
It means your retirement portfolio might be protected instead of hacked. It means the next industrial revolution is already in the lab, and the direction it takes is being shaped as much by voters and parents and everyday citizens as it is by the people in white coats. You really need to understand it. Do one simple thing.
Okay, that was all gibberish.
Watch a 5-minute explainer. I think Google is running this now. 5-minute explainer. Tell your kids why April 14th, was selected. April 14th, 414 means something in the quantum world. Look it up for yourself. Tell them why it's more. They know why 420 is important. Tell them why this is more important than 420, and it might even be more impossible to understand than 6767. But because of these
he's so hip,
super tiny rules of the universe, we are about to rewrite the big rules of everyday life. And the people who understand
Glenn's going to start crying again.
That ones that understand it first won't just watch the future. You'll help write it and protect the future.
How? What are you talking about? If you're not actually on the quantum computer teams, you're not going to have access to this fucking thing for a while. And if it's that high level, you're not going to be able to tap into it and go, hey, I got one of those new quantum phones. What are you talking about? Teach your children well. Let them accidentally fall into a parallel universe while fucking around with a positron collider in the middle of Switzerland. What the fuck?
That's why this matters to you.
Thank you. That's it. That's the whole thing. He started out with going, there's no way National Quantum Day is the number one thing on Google, and Google told you was, and therefore propaganda, and yet you should really check it out because it's super important. It should be the number one trending thing. Good God. This asshole doesn't even understand his own algorithm, which is based on the fact that his computers are hooked up to a news service, so everybody there's using them all the time. So they're going to get the most generic big news stories. Anything that's breaking or special to the day is going to leap right to the top of the algorithm because of how they actually want information delivered to them. I bet he also knows exactly when Ben Shapiro drops a new video. You know what I mean? Fuck me.